We are live here at the second stop of our SSA Chicago Summer Series with Iron and Signature in the North-South tournament run by Danny Atkins. This should be a good one here this evening. Iron and Signature live here on SSA Broadcast. Iron will be hitting, and Signature, who won the Westchester Tournament of Champions, will be the home team in this game. The first round, a couple of good games this evening. Hex won convincingly, and the Fat Kids did. Moneyline beat Traffic in a high-scoring game, 20-18, and now Moneyline, I believe, is beating Goodwood over on the other diamond. But we have Iron and Signature live here on SSA Broadcast. Donnie Rollins is on the hill for Signature, and I believe he won co-MVP with Spencer Mahoney in the Tournament of Champions. You have Anthony Scarlatta at third, Spencer Mahoney at short, Brian Haas at short center, Mark Manizzi at second, and Matt Manizzi at first. Then you have Fleming in left, Navarro in center, and Ty McCullough in right. So it should be a good one here. 8:30 start. We're running 5-10 minutes behind, but should be an interesting game. Donnie was on the Iron team for a couple years, and CJ and Joe, and I believe one other player for Iron, I can't think of his name, was on Signature for a couple of years ago. So we'll see how they do this evening. Marco, I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. So Marco, Chapo, CJ, and Joe were all part of Signature a couple of years ago, and then they came over to Iron, and Donnie came over to Signature. So it's 1-1 count here. Donnie will pitch to Tyler Atkins, the left fielder. 1-1 count. Donnie pitches, and it's in there for a strike. So Donnie way ahead here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Donnie hesitates. Fakes again and delivers. A short pitch. Atkins will fly up down the left field line, and Fleming drops it. Tyler wasn't running, but Tyler will get second. So Fleming drops it down the left field line. Don't see that a lot out of Greg Fleming, but he drops it. And now Billy Quirk, the second baseman, with a runner on second. So G5, Greg Fleming in left field, tried the basket catch it down the left field line. The ball went down his leg and then went all the way down the line. So good base running. And Billy pounds one. Fair ball down the right field line. It gets past McCullough. This could be 2 runs for Iron. Will they send him? And they will hold him at third. Billy Quirk with a triple for Iron, and Iron's out to a 1-0 lead.
Chapo! Chapo,
Iron,
go for a hit. Manny will get him in.
So here comes Chapo, the third baseman this evening for Iron. Up 1-0 here. 1-1 count, I believe, Thursday and Friday, because the games are on the hour. 30 teams in this North-South tournament. Good crowd here out on this Thursday night, bringing the tournament back to Berwyn. And now Chapo, with a runner on third, nobody out, will cut one, and it's a fair foul ball. So just misses down the left field line. So now 1-2 here. We'll see what Chapo does here. So Quirk hit a nice line drive down the right field line. Looks like Tyler overran it and then went through his legs, and Quirk was able to get to third. Good relay in by Signature, but with nobody out, Iron didn't have to send him, as now they have a couple chances to get him in here, but Chapo's the 3-hitter's got to go for his hit here. 1-2. We'll see what Donnie gives him. He'll fake and deliver a high pitch. Illegal called right away. Umpire getting the illegal call right out. So 2-2. And Chapo, it's a ground ball through the middle for an RBI single, and it's 2-0 Iron early in this game. Iron just beat Flashback Tuesday night in Melrose. So Iron coming off some steam after a big win, looking to continue another big win over Signature this evening, up 2-0 early. And here comes Brian, the right fielder. A legal called right away. Fields are doing pretty well. I haven't heard much complaining. So 3-1, Donnie's falling behind. We'll see if Brian, and Donnie walks him, so 3-pitch walk, and here comes Sal Milazzo, one of the managers for the Signature team. We'll try and slow the game down. First and second, we'll give you a quick view of the crowd down the line. Gio will be live for Circus Highway at 9:30 following the conclusion of this game. But no Mike Trump. I mean, the fields have been pretty good. They haven't used the small diamond in the corner. I believe they're going to use that Saturday for the losers bracket games to get, because there's 30 teams in. But no, traffic was up 13-4 versus Moneyline, and Moneyline came back and forth, and Moneyline pulled that one out 2018. And I believe Moneyline just defeated Goodwood. So Moneyline with two big wins down there. And here comes Spencer Stasek. He ground ball to Manizzi. They throw it to third, and he's safe underneath. So Manizzi throws it to Haas. I believe Haas went straight to third. A quick play there. The umpire was right out there. So Chapo rounded the bag third hard. They were able to get the ball in, fired it to third. Chapo, it was close, but able to get his hand in there. So first and third for Joe Welgos, the first baseman. So first and third, one out. So could have been two there as Chapo took a hard round around third base, hard turn. But Joe's got to be able to produce a run here. And he takes deep for a ball. Donnie not getting the strike call. And now he'll deliver. And he'll hit the cross for a strike. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joe's got to be able to elevate this ball and get this run in. And he misses deep. But also with a full count, Joe's got a good eye. If he doesn't like it, could be a walk. We'll see if Donnie gives him something good here. And Joe hits a ground ball. And that will get the run in. So Joe does the job, gets the run in, and it's 3-0 Iron. So first and third, Joe hit a ground ball over here to Manizzi. Manizzi steps on it. Spencer was able to get the second. And the run crosses for Iron. And here comes Nate Kremkro, the shortstop. So Nate has another runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. We'll see if Nate can push one across. And Nate will take deep. Donnie missing pretty deep early in this game. Hasn't really worked from the mound, really keeping it on. And Nate hits a ground ball to Mark Manizzi, who'll step and throw in time. Iron puts up 3, and we will head to the bottom of the first. 3-0 Iron. With Ty McCullough, Mark Manizzi, and Spencer Mahoney. So Chopper will be at third, Billy Quirk will be at second, Atkins will be out in left, Ryan Toomey will be out in right, Spencer Stanek will be catching, Joe Welgos at first, Kremko at short, Marco Macias at short center, Nick Winden center, and CJ pitching. And CJ playing a lot here in Berwyn. I've seen him out here a lot throughout the years playing against him. So CJ, as in Donnie, very familiar to this park. Played with Donnie a couple nights a week here the last couple of years. So both these teams have players that are very familiar. The North-South has not been here for, I want to say, 6-7 years. So Danny Atkins bringing it back. Should be a fun tournament all weekend. Hopefully the rain doesn't come in. Maybe a little Saturday, maybe Sunday, but hopefully it passes and we're able to get this second tournament of the Chicago Summer Series in. As Signature is the leading team as they won the Westchester Tournament of Champions and looking to continue their great tournament run versus Iron, but it's 3-0 Iron heading to the bottom of the first. One and one count. CJ pitching to Tyler. And Tyler with a ground ball to Quirk. Quirk will throw across. Safe at first. So Tyler wheeling down the line, be able to beat it out. Quirk was towards the line, so tough play. Had to run towards the middle and was not able to get him in time. And here comes Mark Manizzi, the second baseman. And CJ gets ahead with a strike, so 1 ball and 2 strikes. CJ will fake again, and deliver, and it just misses out. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. CJ and Donnie both like to throw high pitches, so we'll see how the illegal call comes in. And it's a line drive to Quirk. Quirk will go to Marco, to Joe. Safe at first, but out at second, so they get the fielder's choice. So Spencer Mahoney, the 3-hitter, and one of the top players in the game today, will step into the batter's box. And the ball has been flying on both diamonds. We'll take a look at where the outfield's playing him. We'll see what CJ with 1 and 1. Illegal called right away. So CJ gets a strike in there, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spencer's going to have to shoot one through the middle here. We'll see if he goes right at CJ.
Come on.
And he goes right to Marco. Marco steps on it to first in time for the double play. Iron came ready to play tonight. They get the 3-0 lead and they turn it on Spencer Mahoney. And Iron's playing with some energy this evening. And Sale is not happy. Sale's not happy. He thought that pitch was illegal.
Let's go. That guy right there. This guy. Yeah, fuck that guy
Don't hold your hands up, get the fucking foul line.
So we head to the top of the second. Iron out to a 3-0 lead. So Marco Macias, who just turned that great double play, will step into the box. We'll see how Signature hasn't been happy about the height of the pitches. Both, like I talked about last inning, Donnie and CJ really like to get it up to 10, 11 feet, so it's always important to see the umpire and how he calls it throughout the game. He's letting them go up so far, so we'll see if he stays pretty consistent throughout the game. And Donnie takes a big step way ahead here, 1 and 2. Misses deep, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. Donnie jumps off to the right. Will deliver. And he misses deep again, so full count. Pretty consistent strike zone. I mean, not given. And Donnie misses deep again, and Marco. So Donnie looking over at the sideline. Sale saying you're stepping onto that side, so you are missing the corner and the cross. So here comes Nick Wynn, the center fielder. And he takes a strike. See Donnie hit the other side of the cross there, so able to get that. And he'll deliver. And Wynn hits a hard humpback into center for a base hit. A high and deep pitch. And Nick's able to produce a hit. And Iron's got first and second, nobody out with CJ. So Iron here with CJ. CJ, the veteran player here. First and second, you got to think he's got to tap one here to this right side and get these guys over. You're good, Danny.
No, stand away from
So Danny coaching, he's got to be able, if CJ decides to tap one. And CJ hits a line drive, base hit into right field. and they are loaded. CJ goes for the hit, and now they're loaded for the top of the lineup in Tyler Atkins. So a walk and 2 base hits, and now they're loaded for Tyler Atkins, the leadoff hitter. So Tyler, a line drive threat, so got to be careful if you're a base runner for a double up. And Tyler, it's a line drive into right center. That's a hit. That will score 2. And Tyler Atkins with a 2 RBI single and irons out to a 5-0 lead. And Q could be coming to the mound right now. So Danny Atkins giving his son some props here as he pounds one towards right center. And Signature will make a pitching change as Enrico Munoz, Q, will come in to pitch. Iron out to a 5-0 lead, coming ready to play, and they still got Billy Quirk first and second, nobody out.
You might not go. You got to be.
CJ running at second. CJ not known for his base running, so Danny Atkins telling Tyler, do not overrun him on the base paths. But Iron struggling so far this season. Like I mentioned earlier, got a big win over Flashback in the Melrose League on Tuesday night. And now they're playing against Signature, the defending Westchester Tournament of Champions team and the best team in the Chicago Summer Series. And they came out ready to play. So we'll see what Billy does here. First and second, nobody out. 5-0 Iron. Q will pitch to Quirk, and he will miss outside for a ball. Q lags one in there. Billy will hit the cross for a strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Q delivers to Quirk. Quirk gets a line drive towards left center. That will split them, and that rolls all the way into the gap. This will score 2, and Billy Quirk with his second triple of the game, and irons out to a 7-0 lead. So Billy Quirk hit the right field line for a triple in the first inning, then goes left center for a triple in the second, and iron out 7-0 with Chapo Bolines, the third baseman and 3-hitter. We'll see what Chapo does here. Signature missing Chad Hook and Danny Marston this evening. And Chapo, it's a ground ball through Q to Haas. Haas will throw across. And Chapo is safe, and it's 8-0 Iron.
Come on, Maddie, come on!
So Chapo goes through Q, able to get on base. Iron's 8 up to an 8-0 lead, and here comes Brian Toomey.
Come on, Maddie, come on!
We'll see how Q tries and settles in now. And he hits a hard line drive. Fair ball down the left field line. And Chapo will be sent, and that's a double for Brian. And Iron's out to a 9-0 lead. It's the second inning. The scoreboard, if you are watching on the live stream, is on the top of the screen. You should see Iron and Signature, the score, and then in the middle, there's the bases, and in the middle it says 2. That means it's the second inning. Just if you're tuning in for the first time on SSA Broadcast, William Russ live here in Janura Park in Berwyn, 9-0 Iron. Here comes Spencer Stanek, the catcher. And he hits a line drive. Mahoney was trying to make the one-handed catch, was unable to. And another runner on base. So first and second for Joe Elgos, the first baseman. If your Signature, you don't know what hit you as Iron has just come out ready to play. But a lot of time, it's only the second inning. You got to try and get out of this inning, limit the damage, and then chip away at this thing. Signature, who scored a lot of runs in the Westchester tournament, is able to come back. As we saw, Moneyline was down 13-4 versus Traffic earlier, and they were able to come back and win the game 20-18. So still doable. It's only the second, and Welgos with a ground ball to Manizzi. Manizzi makes a nice play, but Welgos gets both guys over. A productive out. Yeah, Greg, you ain't kidding. Sale, Donnie and Q, I mean, they both been getting hit. I mean, there hasn't been that many errors, I want to say. I know Fleming dropped that ball to start the game and left. And trying to see who's playing down there. March is playing down there. If you're on Game Changer, also if you're just tuning in, Gio puts on the Facebook page links to follow. Game Changer, you're able to follow the scores of every game live here in Berwyn. But here comes Nate Kremko. With second and third, Nate's got to be able to get a run across here. But yeah, so Game Changer, you're able to follow your favorite team throughout the summer series. And Nate hits a line drive to Manizzi. Nate was trying to do the right thing, got too much of it. So here comes Marco Macias. And if you're Signature, you get an out here. At least you're going in there with some momentum, as second and third with one out, you're possibly able to get out of that with 0, but still chasing 9. We'll see if Marco, who started this inning off, will do, Greg. And Marco, so Marco takes a ball, and Marco will take another ball. Nick Wind on deck. Nick Wind got a nice hit this inning with the 1-2. And Marco hits a line drive. Fair ball down the left field line. Marco drives in. 2 more for Iron. And it's 11-0.
Nice job!
Marco, if you play out here in Berwyn, he's a legend out here. Plays out here a lot. Loves this park. And he's got 2 hits this inning. Home field. So Marco and Robbie Grisano using that line this evening. But here comes Nick. So Marco having some fun as they're up 11-0. Yeah, Nicholas, it is a beatdown right now. 11-0. But Signature. Nick hits a line drive to Dave, who makes the catch. I forgot that Dave Navarro was also part of Iron a couple years ago. So Dave and Donnie. So we head to the bottom of the second. 11-0 Iron.
Everybody's going for hits.
Sal telling his guys these are the fun games to come back and win. We'll see how they answer here. 11-0 Iron. And I do not know who March is playing down there.
I don't know, you might want to go down there. It might be a better game.
Sale telling me to head down there, but I had a pretty good record with Signature in the Westchester tournament.
It might be a better game, more entertaining for people.
So Anthony Scarlatta will lead things off here for Signature in the bottom of the second.
Let's go, Scar. Let's go, Scar.
Like I said, if you're a Signature fan, Moneyline was down 9 runs in the second inning and came back and won. CJ pitching to Scarlatta. Scarlatta's got a lot of room to cut if he decides. Atkins playing very deep and left. Scarlatta will do such that, but he misses it. Foul. Yeah, Jerry, you're right. They got to get off 0 here. They got to try and chip away. Get a couple runs, get a goose egg. Try and turn the order back to the top. Cut it in half and see what happens. 2 strikes here, so Scarlatta's going to try and fire one through, I believe, the pitcher's hole. We'll see if he goes right at CJ here. 1-2, CJ way ahead. Misses inside for a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. CJ takes a big leap to his left and delivers and misses just deep. Good eye by Scarlatta. So Joe Wogo saying no freebies here. If you're CJ, just lay one in there and see what happens. And Scarlatta goes hard towards left center. Nick Wynn will track it down and make the basket catch. So CJ lays one in there. Scarlatta tries to pound the gap and flies out to center. Here comes Greg Fleming, the left fielder for Signature. CJ lays one right in there. CJ known for the quick pitch. If you're in the batter's box and your head's down, he's gonna take that as an advantage and lay one in there and get ahead. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. CJ lays one into Fleming. Fleming hits a hard line drive, and he gets it down the left field line, and this will be 2 for Greg Fleming. So Greg, with 2 strikes, goes down the left field line and gets a 1-out double for this Signature team. And now Dave Navarro, who did not play in the Westchester Tournament of Champions, was out with an injury, will come up to plate here. CJ lays one right in there for a strike. CJ been working ahead. And Navarro lines one to Marco. Out, double play. Wow. Marco with his second double play. So Marco, we'll show you the replay here, folks. So we'll see if we got it on. Marco, line drive, tag, and he gets him. Sale arguing. Was such a fast play, hard to see.
Hit the replay button.
So 11-0 Iron here heading to the top of the 3rd. 2 double plays turned by Marco Macias. Marco is playing in the baseline, so with 1 umpire, you're able to kind of you can't give any freebies, Jerry, if you got this big of a lead as a pitcher. Just got to get over. You're pitching with the lead. The other team, it's not as confident when you're down 11 as a hitter as you are as a tie game. You're going up there. I don't want to say. Maybe there's some selfish guys that are trying to hit a 11-run homer, but fly out. And CJ will lead off the 3rd with a fly out to left. Mark, I'm not sure. I mean, Sal was pretty convincingly thought Greg was safe. Greg kind of put his arms up like, I don't even know what happened, kind of like he didn't even get tagged. But like I said, with 1 umpire, just show the ball, put the ball up in the air, and the umpire from behind home plate is going to assume that he tagged you. So good sell job if it was by Marco. You could always look back on the stream and see. I don't know if I had that good of an angle. But Atkins, his 3rd at bat of the game, will go through Q for a base hit. So Tyler's 3rd reach of the game got on from the Fleming error in the 1st, and then a single last at bat. Could have been a double, and now a single this at bat. And now Billy Quirk, who's got 2 triples this game, 1 down the right field line and 1 towards the left center gap.
I got nothing but behind you.
You're right, Jerry. He plays a different short center than your typical short center. Different depths of the field. But Marco's having a game. He's got 2 big hits, a couple RBIs, and 2 double plays. So he's got a few. And they go to first and safe. Tyler getting dirty over here at first.
Pump fight. Pump fake. Max.
And now Billy will try and punch one down the left field line. Uncle Jimmy, Cousin Donnie, so it is 11-0 Iron in the third inning. Iron just took advantage of that drop ball in the first and just got, I would say, Donnie, it changes the game when you get that first down the first and that drop ball by Fleming and then just a lot of hits from this Iron team. So Iron took advantage of that miscue and kind of has just came ready to play tonight. And Billy goes hard towards left. Does it beat Fleming? No, it doesn't. He tracks it down. Good play out there by Greg Fleming in left. Billy tries to beat Fleming. Fleming, one of the top left fielders in the game, runs back, grabs it, throws it into second. Atkins was at second, so unable to tag. And now Chapo, the third baseman, will step up into the box here.
Be fast, Ty, be fast. 2 outs, get 2 outs.
Chapo gets a ground ball to Scarlata. Scarlata will throw across the diamond, and there's a goose egg for Signature. So if you're Signature trying to get motivated here, you get the 0. You'll go bottom to top here. See if you can get some runners on to see if you can get Scarlata and Mahoney and Manizzi with some runners in scoring positions. See if you can get on the board. March is playing down there. Not sure who they're playing, but they could be down. If you're on Game Changer, if anyone wants to check Game Changer and throw a score out in the chat, that'd be great just to see. Gio will be live for the anticipated Circus Highway game at 9:30. Circus with an early exit. Both teams with early exits in the Westchester tournament. So both teams, one will be heading to the losers bracket early in the tournament, and one will try to march a run in this tournament. So we'll see which team, and now March gives up another home run. They could be losing down there. Not sure who they're playing, but I believe that's a second home run for that game. Oh, March up 11-2. Thanks, Mark. Well, I must have been occupied when Iron was scoring to not see that March was. You're right, Jerry. I mentioned that a couple times on Iron got that big win over Flashback on Tuesday night. So March up big. Thank you for everyone posting in the chat. Trying to follow that game as best as I can, but so pick up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1-1 count, and a legal called right away. CJ pitches to Pick, and Pick hits a line drive for a single into center. Will he stretch? No, he won't. Good arm. Oh, and Marco wasn't looking. Pick took a hard turnaround first. Nick Wynn was able to fire it in. Marco telling Joe that he didn't pick it clean. Joe was ready for the back pick, but unable to. And now here comes Matt Manizzi, the first baseman, with Haas and Donnie, but Q came in that spot. So we'll see if Signature's bottom can get something going for the top. Matt cuts one, foul. Tyler cannot get to it. So CJ been pitching well so far. I don't want to put the jinx on him, but been ahead of these hitters. Got to say that Donnie was too, but Iron was just been shooting the gaps and able to produce a lot of runs as they're up to an 11-0 lead in the bottom of the third. We'll see if Matt can try and put one through into the gap. And he hits a ground ball and hits it to Kremko's right. Kremko was unable to make the play. So Signature first and second with Brian Haas, the short center.
Everything's got to be hits, Haas.
So Manizzi hit one in that 5-6 hold on, and Kremko was shaded towards the middle. It would have been a tough play if he picked it up clean to get the fielder's choice, but he was not able to. And now Haas We'll see what he does here. Haas goes hard towards left field, and he just misses foul. He had Atkins beat, but just pushes it foul down the left field line. And we'll see what Haas can try and cut one towards left center if he wants to. We'll see what he does here as a hitter here. Most of these tournaments, besides the No Glove Nationals and the major nationals, the tournament on Thursday and Friday usually start 1-1 count, so gives the lower A teams a good chance, or lower major high A teams a chance to beat the big boys, because 1-1 count. These guys are save. Almost a pickoff. Wow, almost a pickoff. Not sure if I had that on camera, but CJ with the back. Not sure if I had it. You could pull back the footage, but Marco sold it. It was pretty close. Not sure if I had it. CJ tries a quick pitch.
No pitch, he said, right? No pitch, he said? Hey, same thing, he's got to go home.
So CJ going quick. The umpire's hand was still in the air. CJ delivers to Haas. Haas hits a ground ball to Marco. This could be two. Kremko for one. Joe for two. Double play. And we'll show you the live. A turn. So a good turn by Iron. So Enrico Munoz they're going to pinch hit here. Marco Cozio, I believe. So he's hitting in Q and Donnie's spot. That's a third double play Iron's turn in this game. So 3 double play rallies that have really hurt Signature. And now Iron can get out of here with another goose egg. And CJ misses outside for a ball. So with Tyler, CJ doesn't want to walk the 10 spot here. And CJ does walk the 10 spot, so now Tyler will step into the box here, the leadoff hitter for Signature, trying to put them on the board with Manizzi and Mahoney in the hole. So Signature's a couple 2-out hits away from getting in this thing. And Spencer, it's a ground ball to Billy Quirk, and he makes the hit. Iron trying to saying it hit him, but Signature's on the board.
Come on, Mark, let's go.
So an error there by Billy Quirk. He waited on it, bounced at him, and now Mark Manizzi has a chance. Tyler very fast. If this splits a gap, this could score 2.
No.
CJ just misses outside for a ball. And he goes hard, and that's a fair ball, and this could be a 3-run homer for Manizzi. Oh no, they get good play by the right fielder. This will be a triple. So a triple and Signature coming back into this game. It's 11-3 now, so that walk to the 10 spot by CJ was able for Signature to get back to the top of the lineup. And Tyler and Manizzi come through with 2 big out hits. And now Spencer Mahoney could push another one across here. And if he puts one towards the gap, it could be a 2-run homer. We'll see what he does here. And he does go hard, but Atkins will make the basket catch. Signature gets back into the game. It's 11-3, heading to the top of the 4th. So we head to the top of the 4th. So 11-3 Iron, heading to the top of the fourth. A nice play by the right fielder Toomey in that last at bat because Menizzi pounded that ball down the right field line. He was able to knock it down and get the ball in, and then Mahoney made the out. So saved the run, and we'll see if Iron keeps hitting here as Q works ahead here with a strike. So 1-2. Q fakes, steps back, looks to his right and delivers, and he goes hard towards left center, and that is in the gap. Ryan Toomey beats Navarro and Fleming, and they will hold him at 3, but a triple. A triple. What a hard hit ball by Brian.
I know his daughter's getting wedding.
Last name's Toomey, right?
Yeah, Brian Toomey.
So Brian Toomey goes hard towards left center for another triple. Iron's got 3 triples at least in this game. So Spencer Stanek, the catcher, yeah, he's got a couple hits. I know he was on the Lewis baseball team. So I think they got knocked out in the NCAA tournament. So he's back full time, a big addition for this Iron team. He might have missed the Westchester TOC. Spencer will take a strike, so full count here. 11-3 Iron in the top of the fourth. And he takes ball 4, so first and third for Joe Welgos. Not a very breezy evening. Ball's been flying out on both diamonds.
I got nothing but behind you. I'm watching nothing but
So Welgos, see if Joe can try and push one through.
Good lead here. Just draw ball behind you. You're gonna get there. Here we go.
Signature talking it over, seeing what they want to do here. Spencer's towards the hole. Haas is on the pull side. Joe goes towards both holes. I believe he can go hard to left center. And he goes hard to right. This will get another run across. And Tyler, basket catch. Joe was saying go because you could tag. Once an outfielder touches the ball, you're able to go as a runner if you're tagging up. So Joe is trying to tell Spencer over here to just run. But Spencer said Tyler's got a good arm, so he didn't want to go. But here comes Nate Kremko. 12-3 Iron here in the top of the fourth. And Nate goes hard for a base hit up the middle. Spencer will go first. There's a throw to third, and he is out. What a hose by Dave Navarro. We'll see. We'll show you the replay here. Kremko goes hard towards center. Dave showing off the cannon, throws out Spencer trying to go first to third. So now, runner on second, Marco Macias, who's got 2 hits this game and a couple RBIs.
Back.
Marco takes a ball. See if he. Menizzi's deep at second. I don't know if Marco can go up if he's going to try. And Marco flips one. Fair ball down the right field line. Marco's having a night, folks, and he's going to get the third. Are they going to send him? They are going to send him, and he is have a night. A 2-run homer down the right field line. So a little late on the replay there, it didn't go, but Marco Macias, he's got 4 RBIs, maybe even more. I know a triple and a home run for sure, and Iron's out to a 14-3 lead. So Nick Wind goes hard towards left field, and Fleming goes down. and unable to make the catch. But Nick, another hit for Nick. Fleming left his feet. And now Signature could be heading to their third pitcher this evening, as Jeff Baytall, the manager. Signature putting Marco in. So Donnie and Q both getting hit.
I don't know what he said. Everyone is saying that Obi didn't say it. We don't know. I mean, Obi said down, down, down. I mean, going in like that, unless it's like you gotta be screaming down. I mean,
Iron playing for their coach over here, Danny Atkins, who does a great job with this tournament. I think, Dan, what year? 20, this North-South? 22nd year for the North-South. So it is on my sweatshirt. So if you're coming out here, if you're chilly, Danny Atkins has got North-South hoodies, T-shirts, hats, I believe. So they got food, they got a beer tent. So very good. And CJ cuts one to center for the third out of the inning, but they got food, a food tent, a beer tent, bring him back, and then on the back of the sweatshirts it says back in Berwyn, so pretty cool for Danny Atkins as he's able to get this tournament back to where he started it 22 years ago. Yeah, Steve, I always am a fan. I'm a cut hitter, so I thought when I was 18 years old playing here, I loved it because the fields are so short, the outfield will play so deep, and you're able to cut it over the third baseman's head. So if you're a cut hitter, it's a very good ballpark to come out and play. But 3 diamonds out here, using 2 this evening, 4 games on both, and then Saturday they will use the 3rd diamond for the losers bracket. So should be 30 teams out here in the North-South tournament. Second tournament of the 2025 Chicago Summer Series. If you're interested in following stats, go on Game Changer. Gio keeps that updated, and he does a show at the end of every tournament with the stats of the leading singles, doubles, home runs, and RBIs. And Scar tries to cut one. I will find out where the food's from. I think it could be from Coach's Corner, but don't quote me on that. I'll ask Danny the next time he comes over here where the food's from. But I know they got burgers, hot dogs, so. And Scar goes hard towards right center, and he splits. Oh, nice play by Toomey, and he's got a cannon, and he gets the ball right in. So nice play there by Toomey, as I thought that was split him, but he's able to make the one-handed catch and fire the ball in. And now G5, Greg Fleming, will come into the box here with a runner on first. Greg with 2 strikes. Thank you, Maggie. I was going to say. And Greg tries to go hard down the right field line, foul into the fans. I thought it was Coach's Corner. So, yeah, they are putting the food out for this event. You buy tickets, and then you can go buy your beer. I believe they got Yinglings, Coors Light, and one other drink on tap. So, and then I believe, burgers, hot dogs. So, come on, Norwich. You know, I don't know if I have the power anymore to go up. I think I'm just a cut guy this year. But CJ pitching to Greg. Greg goes hard towards left center, and Nick makes a nice catch out in center. Good hard hit ball. Nick, good jump in center. Nick Wynn, a couple of hits and a couple nice plays out there in center field. Went down to his knees, was able to basket catch it. And now Dave Navarro with a runner on first. And Dave goes hard, and that's down. Toomey will fire the ball in. No, Scar did not go first to third, as he knows that Toomey has a good arm out and right. Spencer took up, or Scarlato went about 2 steps past second. No, but there's not a lay down to take it down, but there's bench areas and there's bean bags. So for sure think there will be some money games going on over there with all the softball players around here. And Pick hits an infield fly. It should be an infield fly. Kremko catches it. Batter automatically out. Yes, Patricia, it's great to see it back out here. Assume the crowd will be just as big tonight as it will be tomorrow and throughout the weekend. Hoping the rain stays away on Saturday and Sunday so Danny's able to get this tournament in. So Matt Menizzi, the first baseman, with some runners in scoring position, hits a ground ball to Chapo. Chapo will step on it, and we head to the fifth. 14-3, Iron. Iron having some fun. We're in the slaughter roll thing, so 14-3. Iron could tag some on, and Signature would need a couple to stay. Like I said, Signature missing a couple key starters this evening in Chad Hook and Danny Marston. Signature not very deep. They have about 13, 14 players, so. Top five, 14-3. So I believe we could be back in the top of the lineup with Tyler Atkins, fourth at bat already for this Iron top of the lineup in the top of the fifth. And the third pitcher in the game for Signature. Marco came in and got CJ out last inning. Donnie started. Q came in, and now Marco pitching. And now Tyler, who's got a couple of hits, will take a ball inside. Yeah, 10 deep, and I believe Dynasty were two teams that dropped out late in this tournament. So it's 30 teams, almost was going to be 32, but 10 deep and Chicago Dynasty dropped out. Tyler, it's a ground ball to Marco. Marco throws the first.
Billy!
Now Billy Quirk, the second baseman, will step into the batter's box. 10 deep had a good showing at Westchester too. Won a couple games on Thursday night. Played flash pretty well. I think it was a 3-run game late in that game, so surprised 10 deep didn't want to carry on that momentum into this. Showing that they are one of the top 8 teams. Could be a major by the end of the year. Oh, 10 deep, sir. Thank you, TP. And Billy, it's a ground ball off Marco, and Billy will get on base. And now Chapo with the runner on first here.
Shortstop's really tall, so don't get stuck on a liner.
Chapo flips one, and Tyler makes a sliding basket catch.
Come on, Eddie, big ball.
So here comes Toomey. Toomey went hard towards left center last time. We'll see what he does here. And he goes hard to Haas. Haas will throw across the diamond. And we head to the bottom of the fifth. Sorry, Moj. They don't have a roster here. I mean, I'm trying to find. So Allen, they don't have Allen on the roster, so my mistake, Moj. Alan Mills is pitching for Signature. My first mistake, Moj. Take it easy. You just tuned in for the first time and giving me a hard time. Bottom 5. So Signature needs 2 to stay here in the bottom of the fifth. I'm going to have to talk to Gio, Moj. Maybe we're going to have to get you banned off this if you're going to keep making fun of me like that, okay? Signature needs 2 to stay. Slaughter rules 10 after 5. They have Haas. Marco will probably swing again in that 10 spot. And Tyler. And he hits a ground ball to Nate. Nate will throw across the diamond. Joe makes the play, so 1 up, 1 down. Gio will be live for Circus Highway. Big game at the 9:30 window. So Marco swinging here. And he hits a ground ball fouled on the left field line. I haven't said that word yet. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I don't know if there is any players in this game that have played for Mudville. That'd be a good trivia question. Marco, it's a line drive through. CJ for a base hit. So 1 out single for Marco. That'll be the trivia question of the game. If anyone on either of these teams have played for Mudville. Now Tyler McCullough will step up to the box. And CJ gets ahead with a strike. Tyler, it's a ground ball. This could be, oh, Marco went to turn it before, and he bobbles it. So Marco was trying to go for the base before he got the ball, and he was unable to get it. Either out, so 1 out with Menizzi, with Mahoney on deck. So Signature trying to continue the game. And Menizzi, it's a ground ball, and Quirk, and that's a single. Everybody will stay. So a couple of miscues by this Iron defense. And now Spencer Mahoney will come up bases loaded here. Bottom of the 5th. So Iron trying to slow things down here as Danny Atkins will come out. Thanks, Moj. Q did play for Mudville, so you're gonna have to buy me a beer then. But so bases loaded for Mahoney. Mahoney splits a gap. Will continue this game into the 6th, and Signature will get closer in the game. Spencer 0 for 2, I believe, in this game. Hit into a double play and flew out to Atkins and left. So we'll see if Spencer can come through here with a 1 out hit. CJ went up but just hits the plate for a ball. CJ double hesitation delivers. In there for a strike. Spencer not liking that strike call. Chapo telling CJ to be ready as you believe Mahoney's going to try and shoot the middle here. Strike 3 called on Mahoney. So we'll show the replay. Mahoney strikes out. Sale not okay with that. So Spencer Mahoney strikes out. So 2 outs. Yes, James. Gio will be live for Scarlotta. Needs a hit to keep the game going, and he chalks the line for a play. So Scarlotta comes through and hits a double down the left field line. 14-5. Two more in scoring position here for Fleming. Craig gets a ground ball to Chapo, and another run crosses for Signature. So a pickle happened, and Signature gets a run across. Marco telling his team, we'll take the out.
Let's go, we got 4, let's go.
So I'll try and run you guys through that play again. It was a first and third, 2 outs. It was a ground ball to Chapo's left. 14-6, Iron, in the top of the 6th. Chapo knocked it down. Marco came in. Fleming took a wide turnaround first. Scar ran home, and Marco was like, we'll take the out for the run as we have this big of a lead. You don't want Signature. You're chasing outs over than runs right now. So Marco, I would say the smart play, take the out, get to the 6th. You still have an 8-run lead. Yeah, Carlos, you got to protect the plate here. 2-2, anything close. And it didn't look. It was a high pitch. It landed pretty deep, but he's been calling that a strike all game. So I'm surprised Spencer wasn't. I would have thought that with the strike zone this game, that would have been strike 3. So Allen pitching to Spencer. That's a strike. And it's a line drive, base hit for Spencer. James, I would say that was, but I mean, it's all about consistency, and it's a new umpire out here this evening. I don't know, Randy. A new umpire. I heard he used to umpire back in the day. They brought him out this evening. I think so. Not sure what his name is, but he's been consistent, and as a player, it's all you can ask for. And now Joe Welgo steps in. Joe hits a ground ball, and Manizzi will go to Spencer for 1. Safe at first.
I need, you got 1. Okay, you're okay.
Marky, nice play. Check in, Nate.
Yeah, Nathaniel, I'd say, I don't know.
1 out, I got none but behind you.
I would say Greg should have just stayed at first, and you can't be doing that. If it was a 1-run game, that's good base running.
Strikes 1 out.
So a double play there. Double play turned by Signature. And we head to the bottom of the 6th, 14-6. Sorry for that, folks. I accidentally hit something on the stream. Thought I lost it, but we're still here, 14-6. Signature down 8. And they're still in this game. I mean, if you're Iron, you got an 8-run lead, but Signature's one of the top teams in softball. So we'll see. Just all you got to do is get 6 outs. So if you're Iron, just take the outs. And if you're Signature, good base running, you're chasing a lot. 8. 14-6. 7? So 14-7. So, yeah, I must have missed that last run. So 14-7. Dave hits a ground ball through when Quirk wasn't able to get it. So 14-7. Thank you, Sal, for helping me out there. I forgot to add that last run scored by Scarlata last inning. So 14-7 with Pick, who had a bad at-bat last inning. So we'll see if he can try and pick himself up here. And he goes hard towards left field. Atkins drops it. And this is going to go out of play. And the ball goes out of play. No, it doesn't. It's a 2-run homer, so I thought he ruled that it went out of play, but he didn't. We'll show the replay. If the ball does end up going out of play, Pick even stops running. (14-9). So 14-9, we got a 5-run ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. So Signature was 1 out away from a slaughter. Scarlata hit a cut down the left field line, and now they find themselves down 5 runs. So Street is out of play. The long way away. Umpires saying it was in play still. Not a hard argument by Iron. So Matt Menizzi steps in, and he cuts one to Kremko. Kremko throws across. Good stretch by Joe. Good play by Joe.
Shut up, CJ.
So good play by Joe. We'll see right now if he has the bag or not. I've got the camera right on. So you be the judge right there. It was a tough play. The camera has it right on. I believe Joe did have the bag. Haas will step up. 14-9 Iron here in the bottom of the 6th. Haas hits a ground ball. Marco will charge, throw across, makes the play. So an out there. I guess if you're Signature, you spun the lineup, so you will have the top of the lineup coming up in the 7th. So Marco will swing, and Marco will hit a fly ball to center. Wynn will make the catch, and we head to the 7th. 14-9 Iron. If you're Iron, the way Signature's been hitting, you want to add maybe one or two more across. The 9:30 game on the other diamond has, or is that that diamond's behind? I believe that could be the 9:30 game because March won in a slaughter. Moneyline was down 13-4 to traffic, came back and won 20-18. Iron is, I'd say, Downers Grove, Danny Atkins. They used to be called No Joke and a couple other names, but they've been around for a while, got a lot younger. Danny Atkins ran the team with a lot of the older guys, and now his kid and his friends from Montini, a lot of Montini baseball players that went to state are on this team. And CJ, Marco, Chapo, and Joe are from Smackout that went to Signature, so a lot of young guys mixed in with some veterans looking to take the next step this year. And this would be a nice win in this North-South tournament if they're able to pull this out and beat the Westchester champions. And Marco hits a ground ball. Fair ball. Scarlata unable to make the play. Marco been just flipping and hitting that third base line all night. And Nick Wynn, the center fielder, is having a great evening defensively and offensively. Nick hits a line drive. Mahoney makes the play, goes to first. Safe. So good play there by Mahoney. We'll show you the replay.
Hey, good idea, Nick.
Thank you, Marky. The game changer up. That's when you're the game changer guy. Good luck to Splash tomorrow. And a pinch hitter here for CJ. And he hits a ground ball, and Marco Menizzi out at first. Close one, but I think that call was made correct. So top of the lineup here. So Tyler Atkins, who's got 3 hits this game, has Marco on second. This is a big at-bat here for Tyler. Push another one across. You're up 5. Get it to 6. Signature is the top of their lineup coming up. And Ty tries to go up towards left center. Fleming will make the play. And Signature chasing 5. And if Signature was down 14-3 and out away from Slaughter and find themselves down 5 in the 7th, they take it with the top of their lineup coming up. So Signature is going to have, not sure if there's any really good Berwyn Cicero teams. A lot of the players on teams come from all over the place, west, north, south. So I'd say not very. There's a lot of good Berwyn Cicero players just on several teams. I know Scotty Hordecki is from Cicero, and he's on the Circus team that's playing next. Probably a lot more Berwyn Cicero players. I know Rob Grisano's out here with Moneyline. He had a good night. So, wouldn't say there's teams, but there's certain players that are from this area. So, Tyler, here we go for Signature. You're right, Joel. I forgot about Meatball. Tyler, it's a ground ball, and Marco will step throw in time for the first out of the evening, or first out of this inning, my bad. You're right. Joe Nixon coming in a little probably tipsy at the bar somewhere. So, you're right, Joel. So, Meatball City will play the 45s, I believe, tomorrow night. And Meatball City will probably be all energetic, as you're right, Joel. They all play here. Menizzi flips one fouled on the left field line. So one out here. Menizzi coming up here. 2 strikes. We'll see what Jay gives him. Misses short. Menizzi waiting, trying to hear an illegal call. CJ, double hesitation deliver. Menizzi, hard fly ball to center. Nick Wind makes a basket catch towards the right center gap. And Signature's down to their final out. From a big upset early in this tournament, I am on the Signature sideline, so I don't. So Iron 1 out away. CJ delivers to Spencer, and it's in there for a strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spencer, it's a line drive through the middle. Base hit for Spencer Mahoney. Spencer with a hard turn around first. A base hit for Spencer. If you're Scarlotta coming up, if you're this Signature team, a lot of people don't remember, but they did lose their first game in the Midsummer Classic last year in Melrose, and they came all the way back and won that tournament. It's a pain for me to say because they double dip flashback, but so if they do end up not winning this game, don't count them out of this tournament. And Scar cuts one, and Atkins cannot make the play. Scar will stay at first, and Spencer will score, so 14-10. And Farrows, I believe, just hit a big home run on the other diamond. Multiple runners, so Farrows could be up to a multiple run lead down there, but Greg Fleming so Iron's still 1 out away from a big upset here, and Fleming hits a fly ball to left. Does he beat Atkins? He beats him. Fleming goes yard. Oh no, Atkins picks it up, but Greg Fleming will stop at third, and now it's 14-11. So Signature not done yet, and now Danny Atkins is going to use a mound visit. as Farrells has hit another ball onto this diamond, and the ball is just flying on the other diamond. Believe it's got to be 4-0 Farrells now, as they just hit another solo bomb. Signature still down to their final out. Their 1-2 hitters made the first 2 outs of this inning, and now their 3, 4, 5 hitters have gotten something going. 14-11. Geo will be live for High Y and Circus. Both teams with a disappointing Westchester trying to get going here later in the summer in the North-South, the second tournament of the summer series. Dave Navarro, see if he can extend the game for Signature. And he hits a fly ball to center. This could do it. Nick Wynn tracks it down, and Iron pulls it off over Signature. 14-11 the final. A big win for Iron. Signature, the champions of Westchester, gets knocked out, gets sent to the losers bracket, and Iron will continue in the winners bracket. Thank you for watching live on SSA Broadcast. William Russ signing off. Geo will be live in just 10 minutes.